Here are the 5 important lessons that I've learned as a video gamer turned blockchain investor and how you can avoid the mistakes that I've made. Hey, what's up you guys? I'm 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀 and this is the channel where I use video games to make sense of the blockchain. So just last week, I actually shared my 5 biggest mistakes that I've made trying to navigate and understand this crazy world where video games and the blockchain intersect. So I thought it was only fitting that in today's video, I shared the 5 lessons that I've learned to better help guide myself through this whole crazy journey. So we got plenty to cover today, so don't forget to smash that like button and let's dive into the video. So for the last year, I've been obsessed with one thing and one thing only, and that is on how blockchain is going to change gaming forever. So in today's video, I was thinking that I would condense a whole year's worth of lessons into the 5 that I deem are most important for the beginning gamer Web3 enthusiasts. So when I was first trying to understand the space, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos of other people telling me what their advice was, what to invest in, what to pay attention to. So that leads me to lesson number 1, which is nobody really knows.
No shit.
You see, everybody in this space, in the blockchain gaming space, in the investment space, are really just making educated guesses. You see, the reason for this is that people don't really like to talk about their losses, but they like to brag about their wins. So when you're actually watching all these videos, you're going to hear plenty of people telling you to invest in this, they made a lot of money with this, so you should believe them. But it's not so black and white like that. What they're not telling you is all the losses that they actually incurred, all the bad bets that they have placed. So this is actually going to make them seem a lot smarter, a lot better at investing than you.
I'm better than you son of a...
So what this means to you is that you yourself need to really understand what your investments are. When you're actually watching all these different YouTube videos, instead of listening to them word by word on what you should do, you should be actually extracting information from all these different videos to create your own thesis, your own way to approach this whole sector. And that there is probably the most important lesson that I've learned trying to understand this crazy blockchain gaming space. And of course, when I say that, I don't mean you need to be so thorough like a nerd to understand every little nook and cranny of every project you're investing in, but you should have a general idea of how to approach things and not actually base all your decisions on what someone else is trying to tell you to do.
I think I know what to do.
And that there's a good segue into lesson number 2, which is you always have to have a strategy. Now the reason for this is because human beings are emotional creatures. When you're feeling really good about stuff, you might take risks that you wouldn't normally do, and when things are looking really bad, you might actually be too afraid to deploy any sort of capital. So when I was first investing in the space, I didn't really have a sound strategy. My strategy back then was simply putting in bets hoping that the price would actually go up. Well, that isn't investing. That there is called gambling, and I don't want you to do that.
Please, no! No!
So what exactly is a strategy? Well, a strategy is this carefully crafted plan with really strict perimeters. So that way, no matter how you're feeling, no matter how your emotions are trying to drive your decisions, well, you just have to look back to the strategy to know what exactly is the right thing to do. Without a strategy, you are at the mercy of your emotions, and I've made tons of mistakes because of this problem. In fact, I do suggest you guys check out this video up here on my 5 biggest mistakes that I've made throughout my 1-year journey trying to understand the blockchain gaming space. I'll make sure I'll link it at the end of this video, so stay tuned until the end. So moving on, let's get into lesson number 3, which is understanding your risk management. Now, this here can be a really powerful tool, because what you need to understand is that risk is actually a good thing, because there is no such thing as a great reward without some sort of risk tied to it. So understanding this balance, understanding the ratio of how much you're willing to risk and comparing it to how much you can actually gain is the key to actually succeeding in this whole blockchain cryptocurrency space. Now, this is a pretty tricky lesson to learn, because the only way you can truly master this is by actually practicing it yourself. And the reason this is so powerful is that taking risk really is part of what makes you a successful investor. However, you want to minimize your risk to make it as low as possible while maximizing the upside that you can possibly get when you're putting all your money in these different bets. And that is why the blockchain gaming space is so exciting for me, because while the risk is there, if I'm able to actually navigate it so that the risk is minimal, the upside is absolutely astronomical. And while I'm navigating this space, I'm still slowly tweaking things to better leverage the risk that I'm actually taking versus the reward that I actually get. I actually have a pretty cool tip on how to better understand your own risk tolerance, and this is something I discovered through my journey investing in the blockchain gaming space. So I realized that when I put certain investments in certain projects, I would get this uneasy feeling that, oh my, am I losing too much money? You know, is this actually going to succeed? And once I started feeling that, it felt very scary to invest. I didn't really enjoy the process and it started to mess with my emotions. And that was when I realized that that uneasy feeling, that there was actually the indicator that I was investing way past my risk tolerance. You see, many people come into this space expecting to make a ton of money very quickly. Well, the truth of the matter is that the really successful investors in this space are really consistent with how they deploy their capital, as well as they understand their risk tolerance very, very well. So remember this, you are always in control of your own risk tolerance. So my suggestion to you is to not put bets that are way past your risk tolerance, because not only is that a way for you to be impacted by your emotions to make bad decisions, but it can also take a toll on your mental health.
Emotional, damn it!
As well as you actually surviving in this whole crazy Web3 space. So always remember, balancing your risk management and understanding your risk tolerance is one of the key factors to succeeding in investing in the blockchain space. Now, if you're enjoying the video up to this point, don't forget to smash that like button as well as subscribe to the channel, because I bring weekly updates and I would love to actually give you guys more information on what I've learned throughout my one whole year investing in this crazy blockchain space. So here we are at lesson number 4, which is the importance of finding a community that you belong in, as well as networking in the Web3 space. Personally, for me, when I was first trying to learn to understand, it felt very lonely, because not only did all my family and friends not understand it, but some of them even shunted me because they didn't really understand what I was pursuing, what I actually saw for the future of gaming, and how blockchain is going to play a major role in that. So there I was researching all these different projects alone, and I was absolutely overwhelmed. There was just so much information to comb through. I didn't really know what to pay attention to, and it was actually quite stressful at the time trying to learn. And it wasn't until I started being a little more active in the community, specifically the Imposters community, which is this gaming project that I'm a big fan of, that I started to have a lot more fun trying to understand the space, because I was among other individuals, other people in the space that are as passionate about me regarding the gaming space, as well as more knowledgeable as well. So that way I can really pick their brains to get more understanding of what people are paying attention to, as well as feel like I belong somewhere, because this whole journey of understanding the blockchain space can be quite the lonely one. So it is very important that you are able to stick around to have the people to actually guide you through the ups and downs of this crazy market, because let me assure you that this market will beat you down and it will test your conviction regarding the blockchain space, as well as your investments in it as well. So having the people tell you, to rally you to this whole call, to this whole vision that all of you have, can really be one of the key factors that will not just keep you interested in the space, but keep you grounded so that you will stick around until the good times comes again. And lastly, we are here at lesson number 5, is that you have to be here for a bigger purpose. Now, I'll be very honest with you, when I was first starting investing in the space, all I was thinking about was making money. Money. However, the problem with that is that the markets don't always move in one way, and in fact, investing when the market is actually going down is probably a better strategy than investing when the market is going up. So if you're so tunnel vision on the money, guess what? You're not going to stick around when there's not as much money to be made, even though that is the best time to actually start placing your bets and investments in. Now, personally for me, I found my passion trying to pursue how the blockchain is going to change gaming forever and how it actually impact the future of gaming. So with that vision in mind, I'm not so tunnel vision on the money, because I know that there's a bigger purpose how the blockchain is actually going to change the future of how we interact with the internet. Maybe you're not as interested about video games. Well, that is completely fine, because the blockchain can change many different industries: music, art, real estate. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I suggest that you find your niche, find what you're really passionate about, so that you understand why you're actually investing in this space, in the blockchain gaming space, and it's not just a way for you to make a quick buck. Now, if you are interested in video games, I'm actually planning to release a video on the 5 top blockchain video games that I see taking the whole gaming space by storm because of the blockchain technology that's integrated in this whole economy. So do make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel channel and put on the notification bell so you will know when that video is actually up. So that's about it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the time that you took to actually hear my experiences, the lessons that I've learned trying to understand and navigate this blockchain space. I plan to be here learning, understanding, and investing in this whole crazy blockchain space, especially the gaming sector. So I would love nothing more than for you to come along for this ride. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. It's the easiest way you can show some support. And go ahead and check out this video over here on my 5 biggest mistakes that I've made investing in the blockchain space. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys very soon, and until the very next one, take care. Peace.